Hello everybody, my name's Kerry Cooper, I'm from Clover HR. Thank you for joining us on our webinar today. Today we'll be talking about how you can utilise the many benefits of mindfulness at work. At the end of the session you'll have the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. We really value your opinion and we want to bring you the resources that you need and that interest you. So just before we finish, you will be asked to complete a short feedback survey and we'd be really appreciative if you take a few minutes to complete it. So hi, my name is Kerry Cooper and I am a coach and HR business partner within the Clover HR team. And today's webinar is brought to you by Clover Coaching, which is part of the Clover HR service offering and brands. With nearly 20 years experience in HR and communications, I've seen how meaningful one-to-one conversations really help managers and employees to be more focused on the job in hand, achieve their goals and be more engaged. Clover offers organisations coaching expertise, providing confidential one-to-one coaching sessions with employees or managers, either in person or video call. Okay, so let's get on to mindfulness. So looking at this image, can you relate to it? Is your mind full or are you mindful? So what this image tells us is that during a walk in the park, so imagine a walk in the park, looking at the image here, the dog owner is thinking about loads of different things to do, reflecting on what's happened in the past. The owner might be stressed or worried about people. He or she might be emotional and experiencing uncomfortable feelings. Whilst if we have a look at what the dog's thinking about on the same walk, is focusing on what's around it. And the dog's using all its senses and noticing what's happening now, in the here and now, in the present. So what the dog is doing is actually practicing mindfulness. And this is a really great example. And the goal of all mindful practices is to remain in the here and now. So if you would like to remember what mindfulness means, then remember this image where you've got the owner on the left thinking about lots of different things, might be stressed, might be worried, thinking about the past, might be predicting the future. And then you've got your dog who is enjoying what's around him or her, taking in their experience and using all of their senses. So anyone can adopt mindfulness by learning how and deciding how to incorporate mindful practices into their daily life. And mindfulness isn't just meditation, it's so much more. So what is mindfulness? Well, it dates from Buddhism around 2,500 years ago, but we don't need to be religious or spiritual to do it. It did evolve from a religious practice and it moved into other versions over the years as a society we evolved. And the most recent form of mindfulness that we've seen is modern mindfulness. So mindfulness is around paying attention to your feelings in a non-judgmental way. So when you're thinking something, it's not berating yourself for it, not holding yourself, not beating yourself up, and being completely non-judgmental to yourself and your own thoughts and your thoughts around others as well. Mindfulness also means that we're using our senses. So we know we have our different senses, and because we're all individuals and we're unique, we each have a dominant sense that we tend to rely on more, one or two that we rely on more than others. For most of us, the research shows that's visual. We also have other senses, as we know. So when we're doing mindfulness, we may be looking at something around us, also hearing, moving around and experiencing by moving, feeling, using our sense of smell, using taste. So really, really appreciating what's happening in the here and now. Because thoughts and worries do come into our mind, when we're being mindful, it's around letting those peacefully go. And there's different ways that we can do that. So one way is by using your senses to let them go. So it might be that you visualize your thought and you attach it onto a balloon and watch the thought fly away, for example. Or during meditation, you can learn how to, whilst you're in meditation, you can learn how to let go of your thoughts and worries as well. So you can use both practices. And in meditation, you can actually learn to clear the mind completely and meditation is quite similar to prayer. We'll come on to what meditation is. And another part of mindfulness is really connecting with our true self. So who we are deep down. It might be, somebody might describe it as their soul, for example. So the benefits of mindfulness. So a benefit of mindfulness is that you're present and enjoying the here and now. So you're actually enjoying your experience. And we can do any activity mindfully. So walking, as we saw on the previous slide, eating mindfully to really enjoy your food and appreciating it using your senses. And we can also demonstrate what mindfulness is by describing a blueberry. And this is quite a well-known test of learning what mindfulness is. So where you're actually describing the blueberry as if you were an alien from outer space and taking in the experience in the here and now. So using your senses, thinking about its shape, size, color, how it feels, how the light reflects from it, how it smells, how it tastes, the texture in your mouth. And when it comes to work and mindfulness, there is absolutely no room for multitasking. So this is about, mindfulness is about being relaxed, organized, working methodically, and being absolutely in the present. So you're staying in the present, you're methodically and purposefully doing your work in a calm and focused way. And we know that there are going to be interruptions and problems, and as they come, you can deal with them and pay attention to your feelings in a non-judgmental way and let them go with your thoughts of worries and focus on solving the problem. So you will learn to see through the problems and the stresses and just think, right, okay, let's just deal with this now and focus it on this. Let's concentrate on the problem and solve it together, or on your own, depending on what the problem is. And also using your senses to appreciate the kind of work that you're doing. So that might be creating something, it might be manual, it might be using a computer, it might be talking with customers, it might be talking with colleagues. So really appreciating your experience. So learning to, when your mind starts wandering, pulling it back, so that you're able to really appreciate what you're doing and using your senses. Meditation is also a benefit of mindfulness. It can be done individually or in a group setting. And that helps you, a person, if you do 10 minutes of meditation a day, the research shows that if with just 10 minutes, the person experiences less stress and it lowers their heart rate and the person feels more relaxed and at peace generally. So that's something that you could incorporate into your daily work, your free time, to have that time out to do some meditation. And research also shows that mindful eating, so that's, imagine you're eating your meal, you're not multitasking, i.e. watching TV at the same time, you're really appreciating the experience, and that helps people, actually the research shows, to manage their weight by concentrating on and appreciating what they're eating. Okay, so why meditate? So how does meditation work? Meditation's a process of closing your eyes or keeping them slightly open with soft focus, and you are focusing on your in and out breaths. You're listening to instructions if you're doing guided meditation, and this is to control your breathing and relax you. And you will notice that thoughts come and go, and with practice you can learn to let them go more easily and learn to empty your mind. So it really helps with managing stress, and if you're somebody who has a stressful job or even a stressful home life or both, then absolutely meditation is recommended. So what are the different types of meditation? We mentioned guided, and this is really good for beginners because you'll have somebody talk through what to do. There's also something called a body scan, which is relaxing the body completely. So you just go through, it's a guided meditation where you can listen to somebody giving you instructions on how to do this to relax your body. You go through your body from head to toe, relaxing it as you go. And then if you become more experienced, you can actually do your own body scan because you know where to go, so you can talk yourself through it. Some people like to have music on to relax them when they do meditation, and some people like for it to be silent. So you find your own kind of form of meditation that really fits with you. So the benefits of meditation, why do we meditate? Well, it lowers our heart rate, like we mentioned. It reduces stress levels. You feel more relaxed and at peace. You can actually also use meditation to problem solve, which can be done as an individual or even as a group exercise in a work environment even. And you can also use meditation to be energizing. So if you need to invigorate yourself, then perhaps after a long meeting or a piece of work or a long shift and you need to switch gears and do something else, you can use a particular meditation to energize you. And you can do this meditation alone, as a group, and there are plenty of YouTube videos and apps to help you meditate, such as Calm and Headspace, and you don't have to pay the subscription. There is free content, but if you wanted to subscribe, but they are really popular. Meditation can be practiced in a work setting during your work break. So you could take a mindful walk and pause for a meditation. You could perhaps go to your car, put your headphones in, get some time out. Or if you work from home, find a convenient space where you're not going to be interrupted to do meditation. Or perhaps there's a group of people that would like to meditate together and meet in a meeting room, say. Perhaps you've already got in your workplace an area where people can go and chill out, a kind of spiritual room. So make use of that if you've got it. So have a think about how you can integrate mindfulness into your work life. To give you some examples, one of our clients ran a group meditation after work, and employees found that they felt more relaxed and as if their stress had been lifted. And some people reported they could actually breathe better after the session. And that was just after a session, and these benefits continue. And actually, as people become more used to meditating, the benefits are seen over time to be greater as well. Another client ran a lunchtime meditation group that used an uplifting meditation with chanting. And it might feel silly to start off with, but chanting is really good for raising energy levels and feeling good, and especially you could do it alone, but especially as a group if you want to create that kind of that contagious, energetic feeling. And the employees did feel that they were more energized to return to work afterwards. And we also supported a client to run a problem-solving session using meditation, where the participants wrote down a problem that they needed to work on. It was very much an individual exercise, where a person wrote their problem, and then they went into a group meditation when they thought about that, solving that problem during the 10 minutes of meditation. And then when they came out of the meditation, they had 10 more minutes to actually write down their plan and how they were going to solve the problem. Another technique is to use checking in and checking out at meetings. So this is really good, and you might have seen our video and blog post on this. So checking in and checking out, it helps to build trust and improve team working and develop an understanding of how each person's feeling at the beginning and the end of the meeting. And the benefit of checking out is it ensures that all questions and concerns and commitments are shared and agreed upon before closing the meeting. So basically what happens is, you maybe say you're in a meeting of 5 people. With it, before you start the agenda and actually start getting into the first point of the meeting, is to each person to have around 10 seconds to say how they're feeling and be open and honest with how they're feeling and if there's anything on their mind. And if somebody would, and it could be positive or negative, and if somebody didn't feel like they wanted to open up, they could just say skip. And what that does is, number one, it creates an openness, and over time it can create a culture of openness and trust within a team and within an organisation. It gives insight into how the different team members are feeling, so that during the meeting it minimises problems where sometimes you have people in meetings mind reading, where they're thinking, well, that person's maybe not listening, or that person isn't happy with what I've said, or that I'm being judged, or, you know, not sure how that went. Well, when you do check in, if somebody says, hey, I'm just really tired because I've been up all night and been struggling to sleep, then you understand that that person, they're slightly off that day, and we're all human, we all have emotions. So, you know, it's about working together, because everybody has off days from, you know, from time to time. And then what's really great, as mentioned about checkout, is that each person will have around 10 to 20 seconds to check out, and we'll say how they're feeling about how the meeting went, the actions, and about, you know, moving on and putting those actions into practice. And if they're not sure about anything, or if they're uncomfortable with anything, that's the time to raise it. And what we found with clients is that this minimizes side conversations and subgrouping, where there could be maybe some conflict, or oh, I didn't do my actions because I didn't understand my action, etc. Because the chance is given where if somebody has got an issue, concern, or is unsure, they've got the opportunity to raise it then. So you can create your own mindful routine as an individual, or you might want to make it more of a group employee exercise. Maybe you've got, say, an employee committee that represents your employees at work, and they would like to do something on well-being. Creating a mindful routine might be something that employees could get involved in. It might be going on a group mindful walk at lunchtime. You know, there's loads of different ideas of what you can do. Any activity really where you can immerse yourself in the present and really enjoy what you're doing can be done mindfully. So you can bear that in mind and get creative around any sort of team exercises you want to do, or, you know, suggesting maybe even social events. So it's important to keep your mindful activities consistent, and many people choose to journal or put reminders into their phones so that they make sure that they're reminded to get notifications to do their mindful activities. And over time, these will become positive habits, and you'll see the benefits. So, if you have a mind that's full of stress and worry, sometimes you might feel like you need some extra help to manage your thoughts and well-being before embarking on your mindfulness journey. Because if you're somebody who's really struggling with stress and worry, and you just dive into mindfulness, you might feel like there's too much of a gap and you need some extra help. And coaching is ideal to support you to do this. And we can also support during coaching sessions, introducing you to mindfulness with specific resources and videos. So how do we do that? We do that because we take a people-centered approach. It's about our clients. We're here for you. We're listening to you. Of course, we always take a non-judgmental position, just the same as mindfulness. And we're here to help you and make the best of yourselves, be the best that you can be. And that's what we do throughout all of our services at Clover. So whether that's our HR work, our employability, our coaching and mentoring. And at Clover, we're all trained coaches, and we're empathetic. We're really good at active listening, asking questions to help you uncover what's holding you back, what might be your blocks that's preventing you from being your best self, and being able to become more calm and be able to use mindfulness in a proactive way to overcome perhaps some stress and worry that you've got with your life, and uncover what the real issues or beliefs are, which gives strength to the block or blocks that you have. And once we've identified the blocks, then our clients learn how to remove those, and can actually set goals towards achieving what they want or what they need by developing a plan and creating goals to overcome the blocks going forward. And we do a series of exercises together, face to face. We set goals to change unhelpful behaviours, and the client has tools to use between the weekly sessions and really build on the skills they learn linked to their personal development. And obviously it's all bespoke as well to that individual. So it's worth mentioning that we're now offering a free 50-minute video coaching session, one-to-one. And this is for people dealing with the 5 issues that we've seen presenting the most. So those are dealing with difficult people. So it might be at work or in your personal life. it could be managing stress, time management and managing competing priorities and issues with procrastination, actually getting work done. People who have feelings of perfectionism and that's damaging them in terms of being able to get on with their work and get on with their life without holding themselves, without beating themselves up too much, and self-belief and confidence issues as well. So clients can expect to talk to a trusted, empathetic coach who will identify and understand that client's blocks and develop strategies to overcome them. And as we said before, the client will be provided with tools and techniques to use between sessions and achieve their weekly goals. We do recommend that to have a package of 5 weekly sessions to demonstrate strong positive progression and from their organisational benefits. So if you're interested, then please drop me an email. You can see my email address here, or you can contact Clover HR on any of our social media channels. Okay, so we're now opening up to answer your questions. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. If you'd rather discuss on a one-to-one basis, then please feel free to reach out to us by phone and email or via social. We can call you back. Our contact details are on the next slide. Okay, so we haven't had any questions, but as mentioned before, if anybody does have any questions, then please come through and talk to us. We love talking to our clients and potential clients and learning about you and your organisation and the challenges you're facing and how we can help you. What you can see on the screen now are our offices and our office numbers. You can email us at info@cloverhr.co.uk if you'd like to talk about any of our services. As mentioned, we offer HR business partnership from doing administration all the way up to strategic HR at senior manager level. We also provide coaching and training and development, employability services such as CV writing, and also supporting with particular projects. So that might be, say, for example, if you're due to go through or you're thinking about going through some change, some reorganisation, perhaps unfortunately you're having to think about making redundancies, we can help on a project basis as well. So contact us today and we can discuss your needs. We've got a large team of over 20 people who can help you. So these are our social channels. As I said, please come through to us at any time. You can find us on Facebook, Clover HR Services, and also Clover Coaching. We're on Twitter. We're also on LinkedIn as well. And please check out our website. We do have a newsletter. So if you click through to our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter. And that will let you know when we've got new videos and webinars coming up, so you can register for them. And also you'll be able to see our blogs as well that are linked in our newsletter. So as mentioned at the beginning of the session, we really value your feedback, and this is so that we can bring relevant, interesting content to you and bring you valuable webinars. So at the end of the webinar, to help us do this, a very quick survey will appear on your screen, and we'd be really grateful if you could take the time to complete it. You'll also be sent an email to the email address that you registered with as a follow-up with a link to the recording. We record all our webinars and they're saved for replay on our YouTube channel. And if my contact details are in that email, if you would like to discuss with me any further, anything that we've spoken about today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please take the time to review our other webinars and sign up to our newsletter so that you don't miss any future ones. Thanks ever so much. Have a great day. Bye.